Welcome to the Wednesday 3 p.m. stretch break. It's Brittany here as always on Wednesday afternoon. We are going to stretch out shoulders and hips quite a bit because Luis pushed us hard today on Workout Wednesday. So lots of hips, lots of shoulders, lots of chest, should feel really nice. That being said, as always, if you have something you want to focus on that I didn't mention, go ahead and drop it in the chat. And if not, we are going to start in standing. Starting, I'm not seeing anything come in, so we'll take that as it is. Start with some shoulder circles today. So we ended class like this. We're going to begin our stretch break like this because when so full shoulder circles. If it's easier, you can even get the arms involved if you really want to get a full range of motion. Find what works for you today. Might be a little bit different for everyone. So right now we're going backwards, focusing on dropping those shoulder blades in our back pockets, and then all the way up to our ears before bringing them back. Direction. And reverse, other way. As always, find what feels good, and maybe that's taking the arms out and making big circles with your arms, or maybe smaller circles, or just keeping the arms by the side. It's up to you. One more of these. Earn with that good posture. Okay, next one we're going to do something we haven't done here before. So you're going to just stand, nice athletic stance, find your abs. Arms are going to be out in front of you, palms are up. This is an awesome one you can do sitting and at your desk all day, but we're doing it in standing because we're here. So we're going to keep our elbows by our side as if we're trying to squeeze a towel into our side body. We're going to open our palms out to the side as far as we can. And then we're going to bring our hands back together. So squeeze, imagine there's towels between your elbows and your side body. And then bring those hands up to the side as far as you can. You're going to feel like you're puffing out your chest. And then relax. Go ahead and do these a couple more times on your own, holding that position with the palms out by your sides for just a squeeze between your shoulder blades before you do it. Notice a stretch through the front of your chest and the front of your shoulders, but it also might kind of be a back workout because we've been hunting all day. Those back muscles are lengthened and not used to working. So and it's good to be efficient. Let's do one more. Use those shoulder blades together and relax. Shake out the arms if you need to. Find what feels good. Okay, we're going to come down to the ground next. We're going to start in a half kneeling position. So we're going to give our shoulders a little break just for now. We're going to start with our hip flexor stretch. So as always, arms can be by your side or resting on the thigh of the front leg. We're going to squeeze our back butt, pull our abs in, and then we're going to bring the hips forward until we feel that stretch in front of the back hip. Or you can reach the palm overhead. You're a little bit more flexible and you want to add a quad stretch onto this, you can bring your arm behind you, look over that back shoulder, and then bring. This one's pretty advanced. Feel free to hold on. This is just an option. You know, this is a great stretch. This is a great stretch. So give your body what it needs today. No competition here. Full inhale, one more full exhale. Here, we're going to transition into a hamstring stretch. So hips are going to go back. Front leg is going to straighten out. We're going to put our heel on the ground, toes pointing towards the ceiling. Tall. We're not really standing or sitting, so I'm not sure what to call it, but nice and tall through the spine. Keep that length as you bend forward, and only bend as far forward as you can go without rounding your back. If you have enough flexibility, you can put your fingers or hands on the ground. You can use a yoga block. You can hold on to your side. Don't push down on your knee. If you're not holding on to anything, it definitely becomes a core workout. And bend that front knee, relax out of it, and let's switch. Other side. So that knee comes to the ground, other foot comes forward, starting with that hip flexor stretch. Back butt squeezes, abs are pulled in, maintain that tension as you bring the hips forward. We're gonna find that stretch in front of our back hip once again. And we can stay here. We can bring our arm up by our ear. Sometimes that makes the stretch more intense. We're always focusing on our breathing though, focusing on breathing into those tight spots in our hip. If stretch on the other side, go ahead and reach your back shoulder around, reach for that back foot, and or ankle something for some support. Doing this, and if it doesn't feel so good on this side, go ahead and release it. This next exhale, we will relax that foot down. So go ahead and let that foot go. And we're going to transition into a hamstring stretch on this side. So front leg straightens, plant your feet, toes pointing towards the ceiling, nice and tall through the torso. Maintain that length as you bend forward. Find or the ground or a yoga block or whatever you have laying around. And just notice as you exhale that you might be able to lean a little further forward as you're maintaining that length through your spine. Let's breathe into them. You'll find that they relax a little bit more with each exhale unless you're pushing the stretch too far. If you feel like you can't stretch without gritting your teeth or making the pain face, go ahead and back off from it. Go ahead and bend that front knee, make our way out of it. Nicely done. Okay, last stretch for the day. We're going to put everything together. And what's the best stretch for putting hip, shoulder, torso all together? It's the pretzel. You knew it was coming. So we're going to make our way onto our sides. I'm starting with my left hip on top. Maybe you are too, or maybe not. Wherever you're at, that top knee is going to be on the ground. And then we're going to take our bottom arm and we're just going to anchor that top knee in place. Taking for the ankle of the bottom leg. I know it's a little complicated. Once we are secure, inhale to prepare, and then on that exhale, we're going to pull our legs apart and we're going to try and touch our top shoulder to the ground behind us while looking over that top shoulder. On our breath. Your head and neck are really uncomfortable. Some support, if that's okay, you can use a yoga block or a cushion there. You might notice that as you start to relax a little bit more, it gets a little easier and easier to that head and neck to the ground and that top shoulder towards the ground. And exhale. Go ahead and release the bottom leg, rotate back to center, and switch sides. Feel free to flip over, roll over. I'm gonna actually flip over so you can still see what I'm doing on the screen. So we're gonna set ourselves up the exact same way. So top knee is anchored to the ground with that bottom arm, and we're taking our top hand and reaching for the ankle of the bottom leg. Once you're secure, inhale to prepare. And on the exhale, pull the legs apart. Try and touch that top shoulder to the ground behind you and look towards that top shoulder. It feels different from the other. I could easily rest my head on the ground on that first side. And on this side, I have to ease into it a lot more. Active stretch, actively pulling my legs apart. Stretching that bottom leg. Reach that shoulder towards the ground. Breath. Release that bottom leg and bring top shoulder back to center. And you can lay there, come up to kneeling, sitting, or standing. That is all we have time for today. Now than when you joined us. Thanks so much for joining us. We got a weird class schedule. The class schedule is the same, but we're going to be throwing you off. So I'm teaching all the classes tomorrow. Luis will be teaching the stretch breaks, and then Luis is going to be teaching all the classes on Friday. So check out the schedule on SharePoint. It's up to date, and we will, and be sure to join Beth's Pilates class tonight at 5 p.m. Another great core workout. We'll see you all next time. Have a good one.